Eddie Murphy was born on April 3, 1961 in Brooklyn, New York, into a working-class family that faced constant challenges. His father, who balanced work as a transit officer and a comedian, and his mother, a telephone operator, did their best to provide stability. But life changed early. Losing his father at a young age and spending time in foster care left a deep impression on him. These experiences didn't break him, they shaped him. From an early age, he learned to observe people closely, understand emotions, and use humor as a way to connect. That instinct would later become his greatest strength. Discovering humor as strength. As a child, Eddie didn't just tell jokes, he studied people. He watched how others reacted, how laughter could shift a mood, and how timing mattered. Humor became more than entertainment. It became a tool for navigating life. While some kids played without worry, he was already learning how to turn tension into laughter. By the time he reached his teenage years, he had begun performing small impressions and jokes for classmates. These moments gave him confidence and a sense of identity. It wasn't about fame yet. It was about feeling seen and heard in a world that hadn't always been steady. The first steps on stage. At 15, Eddie stepped onto a small stage for the first time, unsure but determined. The audience laughed, and something clicked. That moment wasn't just about applause, it was about possibility. He realized he could create something that connected people. From there, he began performing more regularly, often traveling long distances just for a few minutes on stage. There were no guarantees, no steady income, and no clear path forward, but he kept going. Each performance, no matter how small, helped him grow. Those early nights built the foundation for everything that followed. Breaking through with opportunity. Eddie's persistence eventually led to a life-changing opportunity when he joined Saturday Night Live in the early 1980s. At a time when the show was struggling, his energy and originality brought it back to life. His characters and sketches quickly stood out, and audiences responded immediately. Almost overnight, he became one of the most talked-about comedians in America. But behind that rapid success was years of effort and resilience. He didn't just get lucky, he was ready. That moment proved that preparation and persistence can meet opportunity in powerful ways. Becoming a Hollywood star. After his success on television, Eddie transitioned into films and quickly became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. Movies like Beverly Hills Cop and Coming to America showcased his charisma, humor, and ability to connect with audiences worldwide. He wasn't just funny, he was versatile. His performances crossed cultural boundaries and brought people together through laughter. At a time when opportunities were limited for many, he broke barriers and redefined what was possible. His success wasn't just personal, it opened doors for others in the industry. Reinventing himself through roles. Eddie didn't stay in one lane. He continued to evolve, taking on roles that challenged him creatively. In The Nutty Professor, he played multiple characters, showing a new level of depth and skill. Later, his voice work as Donkey in Shrek introduced him to a new generation. These roles proved that he could adapt and remain relevant across decades. Instead of relying on past success, he kept exploring new directions. This willingness to change helped him build a lasting career that continues to resonate with audiences. The reality behind the fame. Despite his success, life behind the scenes wasn't always easy. Fame brought pressure, constant attention, and expectations that never seemed to end. There were moments when he had to step back and reassess what truly mattered. Like many people, he faced challenges in balancing work and personal life. Over time, he learned that success doesn't solve everything. It can sometimes make things more complicated. These experiences helped him grow, not just as an entertainer, but as a person. They reminded him of the importance of staying grounded. Growth through personal lessons. Eddie's journey included relationships, family responsibilities, and moments of reflection. Through these experiences, he learned valuable lessons about commitment, communication, and presence. Becoming a father played a major role in shaping his perspective. It shifted his focus from constant work to something more meaningful. He began to value time, connection, and being there for the people who mattered most. These lessons didn't come instantly. They developed over time, but they helped him build a more balanced and fulfilling life. Finding balance and peace. As the years passed, Eddie chose a quieter and more intentional lifestyle. Instead of chasing every opportunity, he became selective about his work. He focused on projects that felt meaningful and allowed him to express himself authentically. At home, he found comfort in simple routines and family life. This balance brought a different kind of happiness, one that didn't rely on public recognition. It showed that success can evolve. What matters at one stage of life may change at another, and that's okay. A career that continues to inspire. Even after decades in the industry, Eddie Murphy remains an influential figure. His return to projects like Dolomite Is My Name reminded audiences of his depth and talent. He continues to inspire both new and established artists. His journey shows that longevity in any field requires adaptability, resilience, and passion. He didn't just have one moment of success. He built a career that spans generations. That kind of impact doesn't happen by accident. A legacy beyond laughter. Eddie Murphy's legacy is about more than comedy. It's about perseverance, growth, and the ability to evolve. He showed that where you start doesn't determine where you end up. Through challenges and success, he remained committed to his craft and his personal growth. His story is a reminder that life isn't always perfect, but it can still be meaningful. The laughter he brought to the world is lasting, but the journey behind it is just as important.